This week on the final Vallo Vision News of 2017, another twist in Alabama's high-profile Senate election. A White House official says President Trump will not campaign for Roy Moore. See how the Republican candidate is trying to sway voters in the final days of the campaign.
And alcohol in your emotions. See the new research that can make you think twice before taking your next drink.
Plus, the Tigers take down the Tide in the 2017 Iron Bowl, but now as fans rush to purchase tickets for this week's SEC Championship, find out how you can spot counterfeits.
And Vallo is getting into the holiday spirit. Hear details about this year's Christmas tree lighting in the city's annual parade. Vallo Vision News starts right now. Hello and welcome to Vallo Vision News. I'm Elizabeth Reinhart.
And I'm Alex Tejada. Thanks so much for joining us.
President Donald Trump will not campaign for Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore before the December 12th special election.
That's according to a White House official who said President Trump will not travel to Alabama on Moore's behalf. Overall, the president has distanced himself from the embattled Senate candidate, but President Trump has made public comments doubting the accounts of sexual misconduct made against Roy Moore.
While the president may not be campaigning for Moore, he took to Twitter to bash his Democratic rival, Doug Jones. President Trump said that electing Jones as Alabama's next senator would be a disaster and warning of damage to his legislative agenda. The president has declined to follow other mainstream Republican leaders who have called on Moore to step aside. Republican lawmakers are considering expelling Moore should he win the Senate seat.
Roy Moore's campaign has released 2 new commercials ahead of next month's special Senate election. The commercials began airing Friday. One features numerous women voicing their support for Moore. The second commercial highlights Moore's personal background and mentions his support for tax cuts and military spending.
Today, Monday, November 27th, is the deadline to register to vote in the special Senate election. You have until 11:59 tonight to fill out the voter registration form online. We've placed a link on the Vallo Vision News Facebook page. The deadline to apply for an absentee ballot is December 7th. Absentee ballots must be returned by December 11th. Remember, polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Tuesday, December 12th.
U.S. Representative John Conyers is stepping aside from his position as the ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee while he is the subject of an ethics investigation. The Michigan Democrat is the longest-serving member of the House of Representatives and has been accused of sexual harassment and age discrimination. Conyers denies the allegations and says he will cooperate with a congressional investigation. Last week, the House Ethics Committee said it had started an inquiry into the claims.
With just a few days left on the 2017 legislative calendar, lawmakers in Washington have a lot on their plate.
From tax reform to the budget and avoiding a government shutdown to immigration reform, Omar Jimenez has the details on Washington's very busy to-do list.
12 legislative days until the end of the year, and 11 calendar days until the government runs out of funding.
The fate of the party's in our hands, as well as that of the economy. The economy needs a tax cut, and the Republican Party needs to deliver.
Senate Republicans are still pushing to get their tax reform through as both Republicans and President Trump are in need of a major legislative win.
I think the tax bill is going very well. We had a meeting on it today. It's going to be a tremendous tax cut, the biggest in the history of our country.
Monday, the president had lunch with members of the Senate Finance Committee, and Tuesday, he's expected to try and rally Senate Republicans ahead of a possible vote this week. House Republicans passed their version of tax reform before Thanksgiving. Now, in the Senate, it can only afford to lose 2 votes.
I can't imagine we're not going to support this at the end as a whole as the Senate.
And the deadline to avoid a government shutdown is December 8th, and lawmakers are already talking about another potential short-term extension to keep things running. They negotiated a similar extension back in September. Elsewhere, the deadline for flood insurance is less than 2 weeks away in the wake of 3 major hurricanes, and funding for some immigration-related issues could be lumped into the crucial spending bill.
For the DREAM Act, I think you could get strong border security and a break in chain migration. If you could put those 3 things together and put it on the end of the year spending bill, that'd be a heck of an accomplishment for 2017.
But the clock is ticking. In Washington, I'm Omar Jimenez.
This past weekend, Auburn defeated Alabama in the 82nd Iron Bowl by a score of 26-14. It was the second time the bitter rivals had played for a chance to represent the West in the SEC title game. After a back-and-forth first half, Auburn scored 16 unanswered points in the second half to end Alabama's 32 regular game season win streak. Running back Kerryon Johnson, who threw for a touchdown in the first half, and quarterback Jared Stidham scored a pair of second-half touchdowns before two fourth-down stops by the defense ended hopes of a Crimson Tide comeback. It was the second time the Tigers have beaten a number 1 ranked opponent this season. They took down Georgia 2 weeks ago and face a rematch with the Bulldogs on Saturday at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Kickoff is set for 3 p.m. Central.
Auburn fans stormed the field on Saturday after they beat number 1 and rival Alabama 26-14 to win the Iron Bowl. The SEC fined Auburn $250,000 for a third offense of the SEC's policy against fans entering playing arenas after the games. Auburn was hit for fans being on the court after defeating Kentucky in men's basketball in 2016 and after beating Alabama in football in 2013. The SEC championship game between Auburn and Georgia is already sold out. Officials warn football fans to be cautious of possible counterfeit and stolen tickets. Officials say to look for key features when purchasing tickets on the secondary market, including an SEC foil strip on the back of a ticket, and within the foil, SEC circle logos. Also within the foil strip, the words Southeastern Conference should appear and disappear when slowly rotating the ticket. Kickoff for the game is Saturday, December 2nd at 3 p.m. in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
This Wednesday night, Montevallo's men's and women's basketball teams play their first Gulf South Conference games since returning from the Peach Belt. The Falcons plan to pack the sack as they welcome the in-state rival UAH to Trustmark Arena. The first 1,500 fans receive a free t-shirt. The person with the best sign will receive a free laptop. There will be gift card giveaways during the game and a block party outside before the game. The women's game starts at 6, followed by the men's game at 8.
Remember, there's always more news 24/7 on our social media pages. Just search for Vallo Vision News on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more stories throughout the week.
Still ahead on Vallo Vision News, the royal family is gaining another member. Here are the details of Prince Harry's proposal to girlfriend Meghan Markle and how Princess Diana contributed to the ring 20 years after her death.
Plus, it's Cyber Monday. Coming up, find out how to keep your credit card safe from hackers while online shopping.
And a not-so-secret Santa came to town early for the shoppers in New Jersey. Find out how much money one man spent to bring families' Christmas to life. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Vallo Vision News. Another royal wedding is in the works in England.
Britain's Prince Harry and the American actress Meghan Markle made their first public appearance as an engaged couple on Monday. Karen Kafa has the details on the royal couple and their wedding plans.
There she was sitting there. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to really have to up my game.
For the first time since Monday's big announcement, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle speaking with the BBC about their courtship and now a spring wedding.
The fact that I fell in love with Meghan so incredibly quickly was sort of confirmation to me that everything, all the stars were aligned, everything was just perfect.
Their engagement, they told the BBC, took place earlier this month on an otherwise ordinary night.
Just an amazing surprise. It was so sweet and natural and very romantic. He got on one knee.
Of course.
Was it an instant yes from you?
Yes.
Prince Harry is fifth in line for the British throne. Markle, an American actress known for her role in the TV show Suits. Markle said the couple was introduced by a friend and she had just one question.
I didn't know much about him, and so the only thing that I had asked her when she said she wanted to set us up was, I had one question. I said, well, is he nice?
The wedding will take place next spring.
I think this is the happy ending that people have wished for Prince Harry. He's been very vocal this year about how he struggled in the years following his mother's death. He's poured his heart and soul into the Invictus Games. But as William said when he married Kate, it makes such a difference when you've got someone alongside you.
2018 was already slated to be an exciting year for the royal family. Harry's brother, Prince William, and wife Catherine are expecting their third child in April. I'm Karen Kafa reporting.
Prince Harry designed the engagement ring, which includes 2 diamonds from Princess Diana's personal collection. The couple will marry in spring 2018, but an exact date has not been announced.
Disney Pixar's Coco won the box office this holiday weekend with the third best Thanksgiving holiday opening ever. It took in just over $71 million in North America between Wednesday and Sunday. The flick is about a little boy who dreams of becoming a musician and is based on Mexican Day of the Dead traditions. Justice League took the number 2 spot, making about $60 million in the U.S. over its second weekend release. Despite being the lowest earner of all the DC Extended Universe movies so far, it's still one of the top 15 moneymakers released in 2017. And the family drama Wonder came in third place with about $32 million in box office receipts. The small-budget family film had an impressive 10-day run. It's taken in more than $69 million since its release, more than tripling its modest $30 million budget.
Before you head off to holiday parties, here are some things you might want to know before drinking. A new study suggests that drinking different types of alcohol can trigger specific emotions. For instance, research revealed that people drinking spirits like gin or vodka reported being more aggressive than beer and wine drinkers. And speaking of wine, the study also noted that red wine drinkers felt more relaxed and tired. Researchers say while more study is needed, the report could provide insight into people's drinking habits.
Switching to consumer news, Cyber Monday shopping is expected to hit a new record for a 6th year in a row. Shoppers are expected to spend as much as $6.6 billion, almost 17% more than last year. That's according to Adobe Digital Insights, a group that tracks online spending. One analyst says most Cyber Monday shoppers wait until the last minute to hit the buy button. She says the peak time for buying is between 8 and 11 p.m., not long before the deals disappear on Tuesday. Experts warn online holiday shopping is also prime time for scammers. Advice for consumers: be extra careful shopping on a mobile browser because scammers can create fake websites that might look legit. Also, watch out for fake apps that can steal your personal information or even try to extort money by locking your phone. You should avoid clicking on any unsolicited emails because that could be phishing. And finally, make sure to use a website with a valid HTTPS connection and a lock symbol. Experts say websites with just HTTP next to them are more vulnerable to attacks.
Black Friday was a big win for online retailers. American shoppers spent a record of $5 billion online during Black Friday. That's almost 17% more than last year. But early estimates show that brick and mortar stores may not have done badly either. Data company ShopperTrack says foot traffic in traditional stores dipped only 1% this year. Coming up on The Buzz, get your Christmas trees while you can.
Find out why Christmas tree lots may be facing a nationwide shortage this year. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Vallo Vision News. Now it's time for The Buzz.
Faith Luna joins us now for a look at the holiday headlines that had us buzzing in the newsroom today. Faith?
Thanks, guys. It'll be looking a lot like Christmas in Montevallo later this week. The city will host its annual Christmas tree lighting and parade this Thursday, November 30th. The tree lighting will be at 5:45 on the lawn beside the Montevallo Post Office. The parade will begin at 6 p.m. So are you guys ready for the parade?
Yeah, I'm ready. I've never been, so
Really?
maybe I should go before I graduate.
Yeah, same. I've never been, and it's a day after the whole Pack the Sack thing, so I'm sure Montevallo spirit will be high, so I want to check it out.
It'll be a lot of fun, yeah. This holiday season, a nationwide Christmas shortage could mean you won't get a tree at all if you don't buy one ahead of the crowds. Tree farmers and those who own tree lots are warning they don't have nearly as many trees as they usually do. Jacqueline Powell explains why farmers expect to run out.
Most years, it can be a little taboo to buy a Christmas tree before it's even Thanksgiving.
It's never too early at our house. Never too early.
Never too early.
But this year, the can't wait for Christmas types have the right idea.
You think that one can fit in our house?
Yeah.
Are you giving it a hug?
You can like sleep with it. Bring it.
Let's come look. For the first time in Papa Noel's 37 years of business,
there's just not enough Christmas trees to go around.
Owner Jimmy Cohen explains a tight economy and less demand for real trees a decade ago hurt the industry.
Many farmers in the Northwest went out of business during the recession.
Now,
we're seeing the repercussions of trees not going into the ground.
Cohen says he usually ships in a few thousand trees from Oregon and Washington to sell at his 6 lots around Austin. But with supplies cut this year, he could only get 500. He's importing as many others as he can from North Carolina. But
everyone in the market is going to run out of trees this year.
Don't let the looks of this lot right now fool you. Even though it's full of trees today, Cohen says by the end of the week, it could be looking more sparse because people are catching wind of the shortage.
On some locations, we probably will not have enough trees to get through Monday.
Papa Noel will restock its lots as long as possible.
What do you think about that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that one?
It's fun.
But as supply thins out and demand drives up prices,
don't wait until the last minute.
That was Jacqueline Powell reporting the wholesale price of trees from the Northwest went up nearly 50% this year due to the shortages. How do you guys feel about that? It's pretty interesting, right?
It's pretty interesting, but my family uses a fake Christmas tree, so that doesn't affect me at all.
Same. I used to be a huge proponent of the whole real thing, the authentic tree, but we had one tree that fell over so many times, and it's a lot easier to put together a fake tree than go out and buy a tree. So.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true. Well, $10,000, that's how much a man in New Jersey spent to make sure kids' Christmas wishes got fulfilled this year. Friday morning, a man who goes by Charlie K was interviewed on live TV at the Cherry Hills Toys R Us. During the interview, he admitted he was there to pay off layaway orders for unsuspecting customers.
What made you want to do something like that?
Just, you know, trying to bring some happiness to people. That's really it. Bring back to the community. That brought so much happiness to me and my family.
I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate it, and thank God for you.
They come over and tell me that someone actually paid the layaway. Definitely an early Christmas, and I'm so thankful. I want to say thank you to the gentleman that came in and donated. It's like the best feeling. Thank you.
The not-so-secret Santa ended up covering 62 layaway orders worth a whopping $10,780. Charlie K gave another $10,000 to Toys for Tots by letting everyone in the store pick up to 3 toys to donate to Toys for Tots.
I think that is so awesome. That's really great.
It's amazing. It really is.
Yeah, it's this time of year where everybody's just worrying about themselves. It's amazing to see somebody actually being considerate and you know, making a lot of people's Christmases.
And donating so much money, like not just I mean, every dollar counts, but not just $100, $10,000. That's just crazy.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Faith. Finally, this week, we're getting one of our first looks at this year's holiday decor at the White House.
First Lady Melania Trump helped unveil this year's holiday theme, Time-Honored Traditions. The White House says the First Lady personally selected every detail of this year's holiday season. And she had a good deal of help, with about 150 volunteers from 29 states spending more than 1,600 hours decorating over Thanksgiving holiday. The White House welcomed children today to see the decorations in person.
That's all the time we have for today's show. Remember, there's more campus and community news on our website.
Just head over to the vallovisionnews.wordpress.com to see stories from MassComm student reporters throughout the end of the semester.
Thank you so much for watching our newscast from this year. From everyone here at Vallo Vision News, we wish you a very happy holiday season.